What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Darryn Peterson looks like an absolute stud early into his summer league career. He dropped, I think, 25 and 12 assists against the Grizzlies. They told me he couldn't pass, etc., etc. Followers of the channel know how I feel about Darryn Peterson's playmaking and his game overall, and it's been a good first two summer league games for the Darryn Peterson truthers. But we're going to react to the highlights. Of course, again, it's highlights, not full game film, but let's see what we can glean from Darryn Peterson's summer league game against the Grizzlies. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying this content, and tell me what kind of stuff you want. I have some very exciting stuff in the works that I'm planning for, but we start with Peterson, high pick and roll, and he's going to be totally fine playing in the paint off 2 feet. His touch is so damn special that he can just hang in traffic, use his feet and his balance to generate an angle to shoot, and that is absolute butter. Curious about Darryn Peterson's screen navigation. It was solid in college, definitely inconsistent in terms of effort and positioning, and you see him get beat here. I mean, that's just an unbelievable pass by Cam Boozer and a great finish by Javon Small as well, who is an excellent player, but really good job by Boozer to see this. But yeah, Peterson just getting clipped, not showing the best effort. Again, it's summer league. We can only take so much away from stuff like this, but it's fun to look at. Peterson working back to the ball, has a little bit of space on Boozer and Coward. His shot making touch is so damn special. The way that he can fade to his right, hard plant sidestep. His feet weren't even perfect here. They were a little bit close and pointed outwards, and his legs kind of crossed. But like all elite shooters, they can get their shots off from any platform, reorganize themselves in midair, and Darryn Peterson is of course one of these special shooting prospects. And Peterson rotating at the rim, again, hope he can be more of a playmaker in the NBA. Shout out to Cam Boozer in these spots where he is a legit rim protector, has been for quite some time, is late on this rotation, doesn't make the best contest. Hopefully, again, summer league stuff that you can expect or at least bet on improving in actual NBA games. And now we have Peterson back atop the key. I hope we get to see some of the passes. I haven't seen any of the clips, but Darryn is going to get a nice assist there. Nothing crazy, but crazy what happens when his teammates actually make shots and he's not playing with two non-shooting bigs, even though he might be doing that sometimes in summer league. But Peterson doesn't create an advantage, just makes the right play, and his teammate ends up hitting a three. Again, his extreme low assist numbers were obviously, to me, not going to sustain. Nice outlet pass as well. Again, another simple play that Darryn Peterson just made, but his sheer gravity is going to earn him a lot of respect, and I think that's going to help him develop as a playmaker too. Peterson, top of the key, and he's getting downhill. The burst looking good was my main thing to watch for, and I didn't really have much worries about Peterson getting back to the level he showed in high school. Again, people who follow this channel know how I feel about Darryn Peterson, and I felt for a long time, but excited about some of the ways the Jazz offense are going to use him. I mean, if you're going to go screen out a shooter and play Darryn Peterson like this, he's going to blow by, scoop off the right foot outside of the paint. Like, that's not an easy shot by any means, but Darryn's gliding touch is truly something to behold. It is special stuff. More Darryn Peterson hoops, gets caught slipping again a little bit on Javon Small. I think he could have closed out a bit harder. I love Javon Small. That guy is going to be an absolute stud. I was huge on him last cycle. Boozer is another stud, of course. Peterson this time working at the top of the key. He's going to get two ball screens, but he rejects towards the right side, makes a simple pass, scores. Again, nothing crazy playmaking wise, but he just reads the defense. The Grizzlies are trying to switch. Javon Small takes Darryn Peterson. Both Coward and number 18 take Cody Williams, and that leaves the slip. Darryn Peterson makes the simple pass. Just stuff like this is going to be so much more available in the NBA. Good to see Darryn handling pressure, making these basic pick and roll reads. That's another easy assist for Peterson. He was phenomenal against pressure as a playmaker. I chart the pressure stuff for playmakers, and his pressure numbers in terms of how often he passed under pressure as a prospect and his success rates were basically identical to Dylan Harper's. And we saw how that went, despite not being a crazy tight window like live skip passer. But Darryn can easily draw two defenders, pass it over the top, and make a play for others when he needs to. Another slightly lazy closeout. This is in kind of a scramble situation, and Cedric Coward, I think that's Cedric Coward, right? Way too good for summer league. I don't know why he's here. Darryn once again with the basketball, top of the key, and he's just going to pitch it. Another easy assist that probably shouldn't be actually counted as an assist. But hey, those were the shots that his teammates weren't converting in college, and Cedric Coward goes all the way. Once again, why is he here? He really does not need to be playing Summer League. He is so good already. Memphis really picking on Peterson as a closeout defender, or maybe it's just these highlights. Once again, Cedric Coward drills the three, but again, Summer League stuff that I'm not super worried about long term, of course. Peterson running another pick and roll atop the key. They're going to show, but stay pretty attached, and Peterson nearly turns the ball over there, but I'm sure he's going to end up hitting this three, isn't he? He's Darryn Peterson. Darryn just like dumb shit like this happens to him. It's probably the right read here to hit Cody Williams, but Coward's lurking right there, and I do think he is going to get better, or need to get better about, passing before picking up the ball and surveying, which he loves to do off 2 feet. You understand it, but my God, Darryn is a special shot maker. It is just so easy for him to get the ball in the net from anywhere on the court. Darryn Peterson defending a ball screen has not been the best defensive showing for him. Again, his second NBA-ish action, not showing much effort over the screen. I have tons of faith in his defensive future, but hey, you got to show the good and the bad when you're another nice transition assist here. You see the simple gravity and maybe a little bit of a push off there. Yeah, maybe a lot of bit of a push off there, helping Darryn Peterson open that one up. Peterson isolating on Coward. I mean, these are high-level reps against an already solid NBA defender where Peterson sizes him up, and he could attack Coward's top foot, but the in and out gives him just enough space to attack middle, and I love the strength. He's definitely going to get away with more of those push-offs in the NBA, even than maybe he did in college, and getting that floater range is going to be key for Peterson, of course. It's been a lot of pick-and-roll initiation for Peterson in this game. I like to see, and I'm excited to see, and I'm sure we'll see him coming off of more, pins and wide action to get the ball in the middle of the floor on the move, but he's been really impressive attacking off the bounce, and that's ridiculous. So ridiculous. And Peterson's ability to get these deep paint touches is something that I expected would come back eventually, so it's good to see it at the moment at least. He's playing low and pretty flexible here, gets Coward this time where initially he's going to attack the top foot, he goes that way, but he crosses back, gets 2 feet in the paint, draws the pump fake, and I mean, that's still a tough shot, but Peterson, I think, is just going to be one of these magnetic shot makers for a long time. Peterson running another pick and roll against the show, and there we go. Nice pass on the move. That's what we want to see from Peterson, creating these easy chances for his teammates, help off the strong side corner. That is going to be a three. Again, not the craziest 12 assist game by any means. Cam Boozer is incredibly good, and Peterson is going to hit a three over again. Definitely not the best contesting luck in this game. Another nice skip pass from Darryn Peterson. I wish they showed this play a little bit more in full, but you can see him passing over the top of an outstretched defender for a wide open three. So I'm sure there were plenty even more potential assists in this game. Oh my God, Cedric Coward. Peterson, is he going for this block? No, he's not. He's just going to try to trip the ball. He's not trying to get injured, understandably. This is a really nice action and something I suspect we'll see quite a bit of in the NBA. The Jazz playing in their spaced 5-out. We have a wide pin down for Darryn Peterson. He goes baseline, draws 2 defenders, hits a pick and popper. That's going to be Lauri Markkanen or Jaren Jackson Jr. in Utah, which is going to be really, really scary. And once again, Peterson's passing is going to be totally fine. I have felt this way for quite a long time, and I still think Peterson has his issues as a playmaker, but he's playing really well against pressure in this game, just making the right decisions here. You could argue that maybe he could have tried to pass it down to the roller. He will miss some higher level windows, especially against traffic, but I do think Peterson has had a nice passing game. I mean, 12 assists speaks for itself, but there are a few quality reads in there, but also plenty of assists that look like this and are more on his teammates than him. Nice shot by Cody Williams, who's having some development, it looks like. I'm curious to see what that looks like in the regular season. Peterson's on-ball defense in college wasn't the best, and another blow by right here. We don't see him sitting down in his stance, but as you said throughout, I think so much of the defensive stuff that we're seeing is correctable. It's not like awareness or instincts or, athleticism based issues as much as it is technique and focus, which again in Summer League, especially when you have this kind of scoring load, and my goodness, Peterson can't create any space, but the twisting jumper, the way he recalibrates his body in midair over, again, a really good defender in Javon Small. This is not a comfortable position at all to be shooting from, and he twists in midair to get to a really comfortable position. That is unbelievable stuff. Another beautiful action here. We have Horn's twist, and Peterson is going to go off the twist right here into a ball screen. Perfectly times the pass against the show, and that's an easy layup, or self-offensive rebound into a layup. Another assist stolen from Peterson, but the processing here is really quick, which I like to see. Instantly, as 20 and Javon Small, is that Carson Cooper, are coming up on Peterson, he makes the pass and punishes Memphis for their defensive game plan. Peterson handling another blitz in the pick and roll, or I'd call that more of a hedge and recover, not actually a blitz, but hey, Darryn is just going to rise up into threes and drill them anyway. This guy is absolutely unbelievable. I am so excited to watch Darryn play, and yeah, I mean, he is just an undeniable shot maker. Crazy to watch him score the basketball, and he is going to change. He's going to change lives in Utah. We're sure about that. And Boozer going to answer back. He's also a monster, of course. We're also going to watch the highlights from his first game. This one isn't the full game highlight, so we're not going to get any of the defensive mistakes for any of you Darryn haters. Apologies already. I have seen some of these clips, and I love that Darryn's first bucket in Summer League was him getting downhill, getting a paint touch, and scoring at the hoop. Atlanta trying to either switch or drop here, hard to tell, but he beats a botch coverage anyway. His ability to turn the corner was something that was clearly neutered by his athletic issues in college, so good to see him tapping into that immediately. Also, shout out Kingston Fleming's my GOAT, who has been playing pretty impressively as well early in Summer League, so I'll potentially do a video on him. But Darryn Peterson's going to end up with a chase down block on this play, but he did turn the ball over quite a bit in that first game. Really cool that he followed up like a 1 or 2 assists, 7 or 8 turnover game with a 12-2 game, but not a terrible idea here. Just picks the ball up a little too early, doesn't put enough on the ball to get it over the top of the defense. Just a crowded play, but Darryn chasing down Kingston Flemings. I expect him to be a high-level shot blocker in the NBA for a guard and for a wing. Peterson getting the ball here on the wing, drive and kick. Simple passes like this are what Darryn is going to eat off of, and I know he didn't end up scoring there, but once again, take a look at the play here that I really like. Another Horns twist, but instead of a ball screen, it's just a little touch back from Williams to Darryn Peterson. Gets him a little advantage. The defense collapsed. He kicks it out to the corner. Like, Darryn is going to have the gravity to make these plays, and beautiful floater touch. That 2-foot push shot from the free throw line, how do you stop that? Seriously. Darryn pushing in transition. His touch is going to help him so much in these areas, like, and one right there. His free throw rate, I think, could be even higher in the NBA than it was in college with some of his burst limitations. Like, he's so crafty, and when he's playing aggressively, trying to take contact, go downhill, he is so damn hard to stop, because then he gets into a step back bag, and especially on switches like he is right here, Zuby Ejiofor, who is to me one of the best on-ball defenders in the class regardless of position, just has no chance against Darryn Peterson. Darryn cooked him a couple times in their tournament games, so I'm sure this felt some kind of way for Zuby to play against him again. Another pick and roll here for Peterson, and yeah, you cannot soft switch or go under on Darryn Peterson. That is going to get you benched immediately in the NBA. Like, obviously clears the bar of level of shooter that you have to play like this difference-making, incredible shooter. And Darryn running against Henry Vesar in transition, he slams that one home. Definitely more defensive highlights in this first game. Peterson's going to strip the ball there. I love him taking the bump, throwing the outlet. More playmaking than I thought from this low assist game. Obviously, the box score is never going to reflect everything in terms of playmaking. Scoring against the press, beautiful lob there. Again, it's been more of Peterson on than off the ball in Summer League, but he is going to feast off the wide pins and curl actions where Peterson can draw 2 defenders and either pass the ball here, which that's going to be a read that I'm curious to see his improvement on. He's going to get that look so many times with an empty corner, 2 defenders pressing, but Peterson, of course, has the touch to finish through traffic. That also could have been an and one potentially. Another one of these easy buckets where he gets switched onto Vesar, or Vesar gets switched onto him, and it's absolutely no chance. One of the things I look for in Summer League is it looking easy? Does it look effortless? And for Darryn Peterson, I think the answer is undeniably yes. Once again, you cannot botch a coverage like that against Darryn Peterson. He is going to make you pay every single time. The Hawks are just not having a good time, as this time Asa does a better job. He even steps right in to contest on his shooting side, but it was clearly one of those days for Darryn Peterson, and he just flows into that step back going left or right so smoothly. Watch how quickly 1, 2, 3 3-4 hop step back. Like the footwork is sublime. It is teach tape. That was the tape. Shout out to Darryn Peterson. Incredible. Honestly, I'm trying to remember someone who had a better first 2 summer league games than that. There's probably someone, but Darryn, I mean, Cam looked really good in the Grizzlies game too. I can't wait to see the Banta play. Kingston and Michael both have looked awesome. I mean, this class is so sick, and Darryn is, to me, going to be like an MVP level player at his peak, assuming he stays healthy and everything goes well. But shout out to the Jazz. Shout out to everyone for watching this. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know who your favorite Summer League player is this year. Someone who you're excited to watch in Summer League. Someone who intrigues you, a rookie, a veteran, whoever it might be. But thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.